Alright, welcome back to another Insanely Perfect episode. I decided to change my skin back to the one I had on for a while, whatever it's called. The bright sun one. I don't know, I just think it looks cool. So anyway, we're gonna go out for launch. Insanely Perfect. This was alright. It wasn't horrible. Ika is not my favorite. Definitely probably my least favorite. I do not like the upside down, gravity stuff. It's really, really difficult. So, yeah, definitely least favorite. But that being said, this level's not too bad, to be honest. I mean, it's pretty short too, so there's that. It's really just a matter of taking time to not hit any enemies or laser beams or whatever, and you just get to the level. It does have the wall runs, which I hate the wall runs, but there's not much you can do about that. Also there's these electrical guys, which they're not too bad, I guess. These, not that guy. Never mind. The guys that shoot the things, which I don't know. Yeah, there are some in this level. The guys that shoot, those are the worst. Those guys can go to hell. Especially on the Cortex level, Jesus. But yeah, like this anti-grav crap is just... the whole like having to flip yourself and do it mid-air so you can know. That's just... I don't like it. So we're about halfway through, I guess. Because this is where the timeline thing happens. So here's the first rail section. There's two rail sections. They're both pretty basic. There's not a whole lot on them. They're just real short. I would say this is probably where I had the most trouble, just because this right here, for some reason, whenever I would jump, or not this one, the next one, whenever I would jump off of this one onto the inside wall and then jump back over, he wouldn't like run on the wall. It was really annoying. I don't know what was causing it, but I have that happen a lot where he just doesn't run on the wall. So, anyway, it's not too bad. You have to run on this upside down because, I guess you don't have to, but I think it's easier to just run on it upside down. Now here's the second rail part. Actually, there's 3 rail parts in this, but they're all still pretty basic. They're all about the same length. There's a flashback tape. Now these guys, I hate these guys. They're such assholes. They like take forever to shoot, and when they do shoot, it's like right when you decide to dodge. It's so annoying. The worst. Now we have our bonus. It's definitely a tricky bonus. You have to be kind of methodical about it and how you do it. I decided to do it this way. I'm sure there's other ways to do it, but this was the way I found that worked the best. Really didn't need to do that. It wasn't totally necessary because the nitro trigger would destroy that anyway, but whatever. So yeah, so go here, we'll bounce on all these, get as much fruit as we can, and then there's the nitro trigger, which we grab. Then we go back all the way because that's a pretty common theme in these bonuses. You have to backtrack all the way back. But it's not too hard, to be honest, in this anyway. This is a pretty... I don't know what I was doing there. It's a pretty simple one. So those are the only 2 boxes that were left, so I just went back and grabbed them. I think it's easier to go from the underside to get over here rather than try to flip midair, but you do it however you think is best. And we're just gonna get back to the platform and go back to the level. There we go. We only have about 50 boxes left. This is a kind of tricky part. There's a lot of enemies here, and that guy almost got me. But as long as you let them shoot, and then, because they can only shoot once every so often, like they have like an interval that they shoot on. So you just have to let them shoot, and then you're pretty safe to go in for the kill. These guys can be tricky though, so just be careful. The electricity will get you if you're not careful. So, but yeah, always just let them shoot, because that guy will kill you if you do not just let him shoot. For sure. So that's pretty much it. This is like the last hallway here. There's a couple more enemies. And they're all standing on the wall. There's one guy on the ceiling too. Right there. Another guy on the wall. Little bug things, whatever they are. Now we go down the elevator, and there's the last rail grind, which goes to the end of the level. And this is probably the trickiest. You have to jump, then quickly hang, and swing. Oh yeah, and then you have to get back up, and then drop again. I wouldn't even bother going for that golden fruit, but if you want to, go for it. You don't need it. The box is more important, in my opinion. Okay, so that was that one. The next level is going to be the Cortex timeline level, which is right beside it, and it is shipping error. And I had a hell of a time with this level. I don't know why. I don't mind playing as Cortex anymore. I actually kind of like playing as Cortex, but this level just had so much like bullshit in it. Like the crash part is just like the crash part. The Cortex part just sucks. Like so much. It's just incredible how much it sucks. So you have to hit that trigger back there, and then you have to blast through this box thing to go up here. Careful there. Blow those boxes up and then go back. Drop down. The hidden gem is right there. And then you're gonna jump across here. You're gonna dodge through here. Dodge. Now you're gonna drop down. Dodge. And then you have to wait here until there's an opening. So there's the second asteroid, then the extra chance to go. And then again, drop, dodge. There's some boxes to your right. Make sure you get them. Always turn that guy into a cloud. It's just easier to just run by him. Same with this guy. And then these two guys, I mean, deal with them however you can. Blow up the box tower that's beside them if you can hit it. I don't know. I just run in there guns blazing, typically, because those guys are assholes. Now, this is by far the entire hardest room of the level. Like, the speed at which these platforms move is just crazy. Like, you just have to basically learn it and understand it. Now, I've done it plenty of times where I didn't shoot those guys at all, and I just dodged right over their heads. And then I've had times where I've shot them like I just did, so get that room down, practice that room, because that's probably the room that's going to give you the most trouble. Now, the rest of this Cortex part is not super difficult. There's a bunch of enemies, so you just have to be careful. There's a bunch of the like shotgun gun shooty guys, so just be careful of those guys. So you're going to go to the left here. You gotta do a bunch of stuff in here. There's a couple triggers. So there's that one, you're gonna get there. Make sure you're not standing in, if you turn the enemies into a cloud, make sure you're not standing in them when you shoot. Because if you are, it'll hit the enemy hitbox and it will basically, the enemy will phase back in right on top of you and you will die. So do not do that. Just be careful here that you don't hit that UFO's little tractor beam thing. Just stay far enough away that that guy won't shoot you, because he can get you if you're too far out. He's killed me plenty of times. He's pretty hard to hit, so just take your time with him. Just don't stand there and bounce on that platform for too long, because he will shoot you. He will snipe you right in the air. So again, make sure you're not standing in the cloud and just run forward, get this guy, and then just do 2 quick dodges here. I don't even bother with that guy, just dodge under. And that is the end of the Cortex level. Now this crash part is, I mean, it's about the same as the like normal non-timeline level. There's some minor differences. This is pretty much the same though. There's extra boxes there. There's an extra box here. And this whole setup is a little different. There's the TNT's in a different spot here. You have some boxes along the wall you have to spin. There's just a bunch of fruit in the center here. Same thing, box along the wall. This is pretty much the same as the other one. This is the same. It's just boxes. I mean, the main difference is when you do the timeline levels is that whenever you get control of Crash again, the boxes are just, there's usually a lot more boxes. But so that's about the same. But other than that, I don't think the level's any harder. It's just because it's all the enemies are pretty much the same. It's just there's more boxes. So this is the same, I believe. I don't think this changed at all. Well, maybe that. I don't think it had the double spin box at the end. But like you can see, this is the same. These enemies are the same. None of this is different. The bonus is quite different, and I would suggest doing it the way I do it here. I go under here and I phase around onto this little edge. I hop through and get these 2 boxes, and I hop through and phase back down to the underside of this platform. And then we're gonna slide jump over these nitros. We're gonna flip and we're gonna land on this TNT, and then we're gonna do a high double jump so that all that blows up. And then we're going to flip up here, slide under, hit as many of these boxes as we can. Just make sure you time it that you don't hit the firebox, because you'll die. You can bounce these boxes without hitting the nitro. Just do not hold X, do not double jump. You'll be fine. Just bounce on them. Hit that last box. Break these 2 in between the TNT. You can go for the lower ones if you want to, but I didn't worry about it. But these TNT will chain reaction those ones, so if you don't, you won't get those. Now here's very important. You're going to flip, bounce on the trigger box, and then flip back, because it spawned a nitro crate. So you got to do it quick. And then get those and hit the nitro switch. And then we have to backtrack all the way back. To get these boxes here, and you'll see why I got those in between those bouncies there, because it just saves you from having to go back and get them. So all you have to do is get back to the question mark platform to get out, and that's this bonus finished. Pretty easily, actually. Now this part is almost exactly the same. There's just more boxes. So there's nitro you have to jump over. There's a box here, and there's quite a few more boxes here. So I would recommend getting rid of this UFO guy. And now I just bounce on these first 2, and this one I do a double jump so that I jump over top of his little bullet thing he shoots. Let that guy shoot and then jump over. Same thing, let this guy shoot, then kill the electric guy. I'd let him shoot again, and then kill him. He's gonna shoot, and then jump over, kill him. I was trying to kill the UFO guy there, but it hit the box. Okay, so that's that. We got through. Now, this is the final stretch, so your palms are probably sweaty, you're freaking out, but you're thinking, I don't want to do that Cortex part again. That shit sucked. I feel your pain, believe me, I really do. Okay, so we're just gonna keep going. We got electric guy and then we got shooty guys. Just make sure they do not shoot you. It's usually like once they shoot to just phase, it's a pretty good thing and flip to the ceiling. Because the bullet will miss you most of the time. Okay, so we are at the home stretch. Now, believe it or not, I've done all of this and I died on this rail, so you're not home free yet. But this is pretty much exactly the same as it was in the other one. And then there you go. That's the insanely perfect for shipping error. I struggled with that level 100%. It was really hard. I don't know why I struggled so much, because it's in reality it's not that hard of a level. It's just, I don't know. The crash or the Cortex part was just a pain in the ass. Alright, so the next level is Stowing Away. And this level is actually really easy, to be honest. I didn't struggle with this one really at all. There's like one part in it that's kind of difficult. But even with that, it's not that hard. So, you're gonna break these boxes, you're gonna run across the walls, break the boxes, easy, easy, easy. Jump here, just make sure you're paying attention to the firebox. And jump out of the way if you need to. Now this is pretty simple, just hit the exclamation and just run. Just make sure you get them all. I've never missed any, so it should be fine. The hidden gem is right here. You're gonna walk on the ceiling into this little spot, spin there, because there's like a switch box, or a trigger box. It'll move that block out of the way so you can get the hidden gem. Now this is the part that's probably the hardest part of the entire thing, right here. Getting that golden fruit box up there. I think it's a good idea to just go under that way and then come back to get it, just like that. Because if you try to get it the first way, you'll end up not being able to get back on the platform to crouch below so that you can make it safely under, and you'll just die. So I would do it the way I did it. Same thing with this coming up here. We're going to drop down, hit this box, then go up here, crouch, and then hop up. And just ignore the golden fruit box for now. Just go to the end of this platform, wait for it to start moving again, and then jump and get it. And then you can just walk back the other way. Body slam these. Be careful in this part because you have to jump and then crouch again. So just make sure you time that right. Now this part is a little tricky. You do get what's his name? And there is a TNT underneath one of these locked crates, so you have to very, very gently get over top of it with a Kano to break the locked crate if you do not want to take damage. I've tried to reflect their little things they shoot, but I could not get them to ever hit the TNT, so if you want to keep the mask, you have to just try to very gently get rid of that box, just like that. Honestly though, you don't really need the mask, and chances are you may die in this bonus round, so you'll lose the mask anyway. But now this is a bonus round where you have to use the TNTs to trigger the switches. You have to jump like this, just perfectly in time. You only need to trigger the one TNT and you'll be fine. Same with this one, you're going to jump and you're going to hold X in the air so you get a high bounce and then double jump up. Jump over to the fruit, jump down, spin so you break the arrow box, do that. You want to trigger that because that reveals more nitro, which you need to, because if you hit that switch trigger before you reveal that nitro, you're going to be screwed. So then, as per usual, we got to backtrack all the way to the beginning of the bonus to get the boxes from the wireframes that popped in. So once we do that, then we go all the way back again, get those last stack of boxes, and take the platform back to the level. Now you should have 109 boxes when you get back from the bonus. There was a couple times where I had 108, and I really don't know what box I was missing. Like, I could not tell you what box I was missing because I swear I got all of them. Like, I don't know if it was a glitch or something. Anyway, you should have 109 after that bonus. Now, this part's a lot easier than it looks. Just do it like this and you'll be fine. You won't get hit by any, you won't get smashed by any boxes. That's the only one you could potentially really get smashed by. All the others you're 100% safe. So do this one like this, jump and then spin, and then you'll be fine. You won't get smashed. And that's that. Spin these boxes, take the elevator down, and do the final stretch. Final stretch is a little Econo jump, which if you have not gotten the flashback tape yet, I would recommend just getting it and finishing the level so it's not there, because it's in the middle here, and it's in a spot where it like makes you use the double jump of Econo early, and you probably won't clear the gap. So I just got the flashback tape and finished the level so it would be gone and I could have it, and then I came back and redid the level Insanely Perfect because I could not make it across the gap and get the flashback tape without dying. So maybe you can. I couldn't do it. And it wasn't worth the attempts for me, so I just picked it up, finished the level, and then did it again, Insanely Perfect. So there we go. That's 3 more Insanely Perfects done. I was going to try to do or add this last one in this next level, but it's pretty difficult and I need to practice it, so we will pick it up with that one in the next one. Have a good one.